So hi guys, in today's video we'll be talking about what all finance careers and finance career paths you can choose into. Finance jobs, yes, they do pay a lot, but what all finance skills, what all finance degrees, and what exactly you want to do and what exactly you need to do, and particularly get those high paying industrial jobs which will be fruitful for your career. So let's dive into the video. So talking about myself, I am a BCom honors graduate from IP University Delhi, and then I did my MBA in finance from SIBM Bangalore. From there, I was placed as a finance analyst in financial planning and analysis in Wells Fargo, which is one of the topmost banks of US. And currently, I'm working as a finance consultant. So basically, what FP&A is somewhat related to reading the balance sheets, reading the P&Ls, reading everything, taking out the cost, budgeting, forecasting. They need to plan their headcounts, how many people are salaried. It all depends on these FP&A analysts. They calculate, they make their budgets, and they analyze that how much exactly they are into their budget, whether they are favorable to their budget, whether they are going over their budget, or whether they are under their budget. So they can utilize the cost, they can utilize the, you can say, company profits and revenues, because this job is quite crucial once you are into a financial domain where you have to calculate almost everything for the company. So doing financial planning includes everything. So basically you need to do all the costings from scratch. You need to calculate what all budget, forecast, and what all variance analysis is being done for that particular company. Basically the company also have different domains. So it has finance department, it has IT department, it has HR department. Every department has different budgets, every department has different cost centers for them, and so basically we need to do the costings for them. Once the cost is accurately decided and once it's registered in the P&L, only then the profit generation will be accounted for. Because if you're not able to see how much cost price is spent on your employees, infrastructure, or technology development, then you're not giving an accurate picture of the profit. No one will invest in your company. From my experience, I can tell you is that we as FP&A analysts gain knowledge for all the finance domains, you can say, because we are analyzing everything. We are not leaving anything. We are analyzing each scratch information for finance, overall holistic picture of basic financial health of a company. Basically why I choose FP&A is basically it gives you a chance to reach out to your top directors and CFOs. Once you are into the career for let's say 20 to 25 years, you can also get a chance to become the CFO or the director of the company. And this FP&A domain is in every company. It does not matter whether it's a finance company, even it's IT company, let's say Google or Apple. There will be some FP&A finance analyst who will be working out, because they also need someone to do their financial planning. They need someone to do their budgeting, forecasting. They need to plan their headcount. So basically first, before deciding what all finance jobs are there, we need to see what all you have to do as degrees to crack these jobs. So basically if you're a BCom honors or a BBA graduate, then obviously you will be getting entry level jobs. You will be not be becoming directly an investment banker. You might be getting a chance to become that. So basically I would prefer that you do an MBA finance or do a course like CFA or FRM according to your appetites. And you need to see how much time you need to spend in doing these courses, because you need to generate your knowledge and showcase it in the company which you're working into. These degrees, yes, they are quite valuable, but in the long run, your knowledge and your perspective towards the company and towards their financial goals and how much dedicated you are towards their financial goals will be deciding your career path and your promotion. Do MBA in finance, and I would prefer that you do it from a good college. If we talk about India, it's quite a costly course because you are investing a lot of time also and a lot of money also. So do check out your risk appetite and how much you want to invest in your career path. The other courses which are there is CFA and FRM. So basically CFA is for those people who want to become a finance analyst. As the name suggests, the chartered financial analyst will be a master into the financial modeling and financial analysis of a particular company. So once you get the chartered, you will be getting quite good jobs, and you will be able to crack a lot of good companies also in your financial journey. But yes, CFA does take a lot of time. It will take you around 3 to 4 years to become a CFA, that to gain your charter. And if you talk about FRM, then it will take you around 2 years at least to gain the FRM certificate with yourself. So basically you need to see what all degrees and what all how much time and money you can invest into your career, into finance, and only then go about it. So if you decide to do an MBA in finance, you can do a CFA with it or an FRM with it. So basically what I mean is that if you want to go become a finance analyst or a senior finance analyst someday, and you need to pursue your career into that only, then I would suggest you to do a CFA. Now with an MBA plus the CFA will give you an added advantage, or you can say a brownie point in the interviews, an added edge towards other candidates who will be sitting in the same interviews and who will be cracking the same jobs. And yes, your salary package will also be more than the average MBA students. It also depends on from where you are doing your MBA. So basically you cannot compare an MBA finance from IIM Ahmedabad and an MBA finance from, let's say, an XYZ institute which has no reputation. So you need to see where are you investing your time and money both. But I would suggest you that if you want to go into domain of risk hedging or risk strategies, or how you can protect your client from financial risk, whether it's your client or a company, then I would suggest you should do an FRM certification, which is nothing but financial risk manager. So you will be managing all the types of financial risks which are being allocating to a company or your client. So coming back to our topic, that what all finance careers can be there and what all finance jobs can be there. So you can work as a finance analyst, you can work as an investment banking analyst, you can work as a private equity analyst, you can work as an equity research analyst, and you can also work as a credit risk analyst. Diving into what is finance analyst, I have also worked as a finance analyst. It's nothing but working and getting a holistic picture of the financial health of a company. So basically it's doing a financial analysis on a revenue side of a company or cost side of a company. So let's say you will be working on the balance sheets also, you will be working on the revenue side also, you will be working on the cost side also, you will be seeing the past trends also, you will be working on the regression analysis also, you will be working on the variance analysis also. You will be getting a lot of information, and you will be working on a lot of information and building your financial reports. Yes, you need to have a lot of knowledge about financial models, what are being used in financial modeling. I have seen from my experience is Microsoft Excel. So do work on that. Do check out your Excel skills, that if you are at par with your Excel skills, because sometimes we think that we know Excel but we don't know that much. You can build quite a sophisticated model into Excel also, and you can build quite a simple calculation in Excel also. So do check out your skills, how much knowledgeable you are into Excel and how much knowledgeable you are into building financial models. So basically learning financial modeling and valuation, you can just pursue corporate finance institute courses. It's basically a platform for students and also for professionals where you can pursue different courses on financial models, on valuation analysis, and you can build your skill sets, and you can also get those certifications in your resume, so that you are able to justify your job which you are being interviewed for. So do check out the CFI platform. It's quite fruitful for you. Coming to investment banking analysts work on the sell side. Now what I mean by sell side is that the funds come in and the equity goes out. So you are selling your client or the XYZ company to your particular, let's say, investor who is interested in buying your company. So you need to do all the analysis, whether it's valuation analysis, whether you have to do the M&A transactions for the particular client, or you have to do the trade, or you have to do the underwriting for the particular client which is being sold off to your investor. So in this, you are basically selling off that particular XYZ company and you are gaining funds in return of the equity of that particular client. If we talk about the private equity analyst, it's almost opposite. Now you work on the buy side. Funds will go out from your private equity firm and you will buy the equity for that particular company which is there. let's say there is a ABC company which has some sort of a problem into that. So if you have good private equity analysts, you know that from your expertise you can remove that problem and you can increase the valuation of that particular company by removing that problem. Let's say the company was worth $80 billion, improving its transaction health, improving its overall financial health. You made the valuation for the particular company at 100 billion, then that company becomes quite good and you will be making it eligible to have an IPO for itself. So yes, investment banking analysts and private equity analysts have almost the same knowledge, but they work on the different sides. One is working on the buy side, which is the private equity analyst, and one is working on the sell side, which is basically the investment banking analyst. Both are both are working on equity and funds. So private equity analyst is giving out funds to gain equity, and investment banking analyst is basically getting funds and giving out equity. Now both of these jobs are quite high paying jobs, and you must be knowing that if you're a finance student or a finance professional itself, that investment banking and private equity is seen as kind of cream jobs, but they are quite stressful also. Do check your personal work-life balance appetite. So if we talk about the credit risk analyst and an equity research analyst, so credit risk analyst basically does work on the credit risk side of its client or the company. They majorly see that whether the financial health of the particular company, whether the debt is not going up, whether the debt to equity ratio is being maintained, whether all the bonds and the particular debt which is being taken by the company are normal, whether the interest payments are not rising, whether we'll be able to make the interest payments according to the particular revenue profits we are generating. It does not only mean the financial health, it also means the legal risk which is there, the macro risk which is there, the micro risk which is there. The overall, you can say a business analysis is being done by the credit risk analysts, and there are different types of credit risk analysts. Some people will be working in a particular department of a particular bank, or let's say a financial company. Some people will be working for a particular client in a company. So it depends whether you want to work on the risk strategy and the risk side of a particular business. Then I suggest that you should go for the credit risk job, because it's quite fruitful, and in the long run I have heard from my experiences that it is quite high paying, and sometimes it is at par with the investment banking analyst also. It can pay you the same amount as an investment banker is earning. If you want to become an equity research analyst, then you need to have a lot of knowledge about the stock markets and equities market. And it does not only matter how much you know about the stock analysis, trend analysis. It does not include the trading analysis, but yes, it has a holistic approach of all the equity markets, all the ratios, all the financial ratios. If you talk about the entry level jobs in equity research, you will be working closely with the equities which are being traded in stock markets. You will be also be gaining the trading knowledge also, but that's later in the stage. Once you know the financial ratios, how to basically study the equities, how to tell that this company is investable or not, only then you will be an equity analyst. There are people who have a lot of money placed in their bank accounts, but they want to invest somewhere. So there are companies which hire equity research analysts who help these clients to invest into good equities, who help these clients build portfolios. You can also say that you will be becoming kind of a portfolio manager. I won't say that equity research analyst is typically a portfolio manager, but somewhat their jobs are similar, because being an portfolio manager, if you're working in a bank or something, you will be given some clients and you will be managing their portfolios. All the career paths which I've talked about have the same knowledge and the same topics like financial modeling, valuation analysis, financial analysis, equity research, everything, investment research. So it is not something like you are going into different paths into your careers where, okay, you will see that, okay, if I'm an investment banker, I don't have the knowledge of private equity, or I don't have the knowledge of equity research. So if you talk about the salaries, first of all, I just wanted to tell you that if you gain the knowledge and skill sets, salary will automatically come to you. You will not be able to run after the salary will run after you. So basically, if you are just starting your career as a finance student and you are just starting and willing to start a job, then don't see salaries. If we come to the salaries part, then India is quite a low paying country, whereas the same jobs which I've talked about might be paying almost 5x to 10x in US. For example, if a person is working as a finance analyst in US and a person is working as a finance analyst in India, it's almost 5 to 7x difference in their salaries, but both of them have the same knowledge. Also, do check out that you are investing your time and money into the right courses, and also see that the job is offering you the right skill sets which you want. There are some instances I have encountered with students. They say that we chose this job, but this job is not what actually it shows. So do read the JD. So I thank you all for the support. Do subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and I'll be coming up with more such videos. This is Shubham Mittal from Prudent Finance.